Yo guys, what's going on? So I just wanted to hop on here, and I've been getting a lot of questions on some of my videos. I haven't posted on YouTube in a little while now, but a lot of people want to know about the Powertec Levergym. Is it worth the money? So first off, when I got this, I figured I'd give it a little bit of a review at some point. However, I just don't have time to do stuff like this, nor am I really good at technology. Don't know how to edit and make my videos look cool, so I'm just going to be talking to you. Basically, I got on a little bit of a sale. I paid a little over $2,000, like $2,100 or something like that. I got it in black. It came with, that's also with all the attachments. So the Powertec Levergym alone, forgive me, I didn't go on the website, look up the prices and the heights and all that shit. If you want to, just go to Powertec's website and I'll tell you all the heights and all that stuff, and the prices. But I think I paid probably around 1,400 or so, maybe a little more than that, for just the Levergym itself. The Levergym comes with the Powertec bench, is what I'm sitting on right now, and in the actual machine. And then I bought the pec fly attachment, the preacher curl attachment, the little basically the foot plates where if you were to do low rows and you want to sit on the ground, which I can show you all that stuff too, and then the leg curl leg extension attachment. It comes with a small straight bar, like a lat pull down bar, 1D handle, a chain, and the bar that goes across the two arms for like squats and stuff like that. So a lot of people obviously have been asking if it's worth it. In my opinion, it's 100% worth it. I mean, I was always a big fan of a rack, which I've said before, but I have a cage, but I use this every day. The pulley system, it's got a high and low pulley system on it. I'm 6 foot tall, and when I was building my gym, if you watch my other video, obviously the Powertec goes up in between my floor joist and my ceiling. So I'm working with like a lower height basement. Even like I got the Powertec Smith machine there. If you can see the top of it, it's all the way tucked up. It's like barely fits in there. I had to take the mat off to get it in there. So now I got to cut the mat to make it fit around the Smith machine. But basically, this is the newest model. So the newest model, hopefully you can still hear me, but you can pull these pins out. So this controls whether or not the hands or the arms are gonna go together or simultaneous. So you can pull this and make the arms like ISO arms, or you can leave it in there, and then they'll come up together. So whatever you want to do. The bench, if you've never looked at any kind of reviews on Powertec benches, it's called their workbench or whatever. It's super adjustable, and which is kind of shocking because they're usually like, you would think like a bench with all the adjustments that this has would be like kind of like a shitty quality bench, not be able to support a lot of weight. But I haven't had any issues with this. The seat height, will change up and down. It won't go. You can't put the seat height decline, obviously, but the back pad or the pad right here is set to a decline, just because I was doing hamstring curls this morning. So I put it on a decline, and then I obviously used their attachment for my hamstring curls, like lying leg curl. The bench does move back and forth, so there's an adjustment on here where you can slide the bench forward, slide the bench backwards. Obviously you can change the height of the back pad by just unscrewing it a little bit, and then you pull the pin and you can adjust it. It can go flat, it can go all the way up, and then depending on what you're doing with it, I have it right now screwed into the actual Powertec. So the Powertec does have a piece that comes out from the bottom that you can screw the bench into, so it's basically always right in the middle. If you ever have those issues with like a Smith machine or even like a cage or whatever, if you're trying to get the bench exactly in the middle instead of like lowering the bar and all that stuff, it's pretty much centered. So you can take it out, you just unscrew it and pull it out, and then you can put like, I'll show you the So again, this doesn't come with the Powertec, but I bought it. Like I said, I bought a bunch of attachments: the preacher curl, the pec fly, and the leg extension leg curl. And then this, which just goes right where the bench is right now, and it just uses like a foot plate for rows and stuff like that, so you can anchor your feet in. I'm trying to make this video too long, but I'm sure it's going to be semi-long. So as far as the pulley system goes, I would say this weighs about 20 pounds. It's super smooth. And when I do, so I'm 6 foot, like I said, if I do lat pull downs, I usually put the bench just to get a little bit more range of motion, and I can get full range of motion. So I put the bench in decline setting, and then I would just sit there and then obviously hook up the lat pull down bar, and you can get a full range of motion down. It'll go all the way to here before it stops. So there's no issues with range of motion for me. I think maybe if you're a little bit taller, your arms are a little bit longer maybe, but you could maybe just lean back a little bit more, because the way this is designed, it's on an angle, so if you lean back a little bit more, apparently it's supposed to help with that. Obviously the low cable pulley, I don't know if you can see that down there, but there's a low cable pulley down there. Again, anything you think about, whether it's rows, you're doing back exercises for both top, bottom, you know, right? So you have your lat pull down and shit for your back, whatever, and then obviously you can get more attachments. I have a bunch of more attachments that I put on this, whether it's the rope for triceps or different bars, like the triangle bar, the close grip bar, whatever attachments you have, you can put on there. Same thing with the bottom. You could do, you know, biceps, you could do shoulders, you can do whatever you can think of doing, you can pretty much do on the Powertec. It's got band hooks on the sides, so you can increase your resistance with your arms by obviously adding weight, but then you can put bands on there. So I think that's a pretty cool feature. But yeah, as far as whether or not it's worth it, again, I bodybuild. I wanted to try to get as close as to a commercial setup in my basement that I can. Obviously the price tag on commercial stuff, if you're not aware, if you've never looked at commercial grade stuff, it is not cheap. So this, I went with the Powertec. I watched a few review videos and then just looked at other stuff. Obviously there's other companies that make similar versions of this now. I think there's there's a couple on Amazon, like what is it, GMWD or whatever those. There's some other companies that make basically the same thing as the Powertec. They're cheaper. I didn't get those because this has been around forever. If you go online, you can watch like Lee Priest videos, Kai Green's videos, a bunch of like well-known dudes who use this thing, and obviously they were probably paid to promote it and all that bullshit. But it actually does work really well. It's awesome. So obviously you can do pretty much, if you could think about doing it in some form or fashion, for the most part, you can do that exercise on the Powertec. Another question I got was whether the arms, you can get, so obviously the arms are in an arm, right? So if depending on where you're at, sometimes I go a little bit wider, sometimes I bring my hands all the way to the middle, but you can't, obviously the arms are going to come in, right? They're not going to converge in, they're going to stay in that plane that they're in. So it's pretty much just like every other hammer strength machine that you use. Some of them might come in a little bit, but for the most part, they're going to stay in a plane, whether it's a hammer strength machine, an arsenal machine, whatever those higher end like press machines are. Usually those are the two most common in gyms, is arsenal, hammer strength. The Panada ones are a little different. Those are pretty sweet, but they're a little different. Those actually converge in. But as far as like a hammer strength machine, because that's what people kind of associate this with too the most, I would say it's not the same obviously, but I would say it's pretty similar. So this pin you would just take out and you stick it in there, and you can set the height wherever you want. The new one has a double layer of holes, so you can change the height basically by, it's a lot easier to find a more comfortable height for you with whatever pressing motion you're doing. Like I said, the bench itself will move forward and backwards, so you can push the bench all the way back, and it's very user friendly. So you can, no matter what your size is, what your what your range of motion is, like you can set this to basically always have a spot, and your lift off is always going to be, you're not going to be like pulling it or pressing it from all the way underneath the hole. You can set it wherever you want for the most part. So that's pretty cool. Again, you could separate the arms, or you can leave the arms together with just a pin. But the leg for your lat pull downs, again, you just pull the pin out. You can rotate those up, rotate them down, so you get your knees underneath them to do lat pull downs. But they give you like a chart. You could do X amount of exercises. If you've been working out for a while, or you know what you're doing in the gym, there you can pretty much get a majority of the stuff done that you have to do on the Powertec. Now, obviously, should you have other equipment, I say so, because I need, I prefer specific equipment for specific things. I don't have everything I want in my basement yet, but it's slowly getting there. But if you ask, like, if the Powertec is worth the money, in my opinion, it is, because I use it every day. For whatever, no matter what day it is, whether it's legs or whatever, if I'm doing any kind of upper body workout, any kind of arm workout, leg workout, back workout, chest workout, shoulder, any workout that you do, you will use this thing if you want, or you don't have to, but you can use this for whatever, at least a few exercises for each workout you're doing. So I think it's definitely worth the money. Obviously, like I said, the arms won't converge in. So like when you're doing chest, you're kind of pushing straight. You can't converge your arms in to, but if you just hold it, sometimes I'll hold it like in the groove here instead of like on the actual handle. I'll just hold it in the groove. But I've had great workouts with this thing. I've done just strictly Powertec workouts, where I just, if I'm doing chest and tris or whatever that day, I'll just strictly use this and I can get a full workout. And that's with most muscle groups. I mean, obviously it costs more money the more attachments you start buying. It doesn't come with any of that stuff, but I'm definitely glad I bought all the attachments that I have. The pec fly attachment, I've seen bad reviews on the pec fly attachment. I actually like it a lot. If you do it, the right way, it does work really well. The preacher curl attachment I love, and then obviously the leg curl, leg extension attachment is like necessary for legs. But as far as the Powertec goes, if you're looking at buying something to get in your gym, or you're trying to build a home gym, I definitely recommend getting this thing. I don't have any relationship with Powertec, obviously. Powertec don't even know I exist. But like I said, I'm just kind of here telling you guys what I have, what I decided to buy, and why. It's basically because I want to get as close as to a commercial setting as I possibly can. Obviously, floor space, ceiling height, those are all factors. So this thing, you could do a million things on. You'll find videos on here of people saying the squats suck on this thing. I love the squats on this. I usually am just a barbell squatter or hack squatter or Smith machine squatter or whatever. But like if you do squats on this thing, it's awesome. If you know how to squat and you know how to, you know what I mean? A lot of it comes down to like if you know how to do things. If you don't, then it might be a little weird, because again, the arms only move in one way, right? They only move one way. There's no way else to move the arms. They're on a hinge. But if you guys want anything else, you want me to talk about anything else, obviously I went with this too, because the middle of it, if you can see, it's probably about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch, almost to my ceiling. It just depends on what you're working with, how much money you're willing to spend, and what the parameters are where you're putting it, whether it's your garage or like I said, mine's in my basement. So if you're willing to put, the money into it, I would buy a Powertec. If you're looking at getting something like this, like a multi-system gym or like a home gym thing. But you also have to work with what you have. So like, there's a lot of things I want to buy, but I can't because my floor joists are right here, and I can't buy any equipment that won't fit in between the floor joists. Like if this was longer, or if there was a beam connected to it, or if it was like my rack that I had to build differently, it wouldn't fit because it would go straight into my floor joist. So you have to just realize what you have and what you're working with. But it's definitely nice. When you unlatch these, if you were to do one iso arm at a time, it's probably about 10 pounds an arm. So it'll probably add like 10 pounds of weight to each side. If you just keep them together, obviously 10 plus 10 is 20. So it's 20 pounds added to whatever weights you put on here. The pulley system, like I said, about 20 pounds. Has the band pegs on the sides, has weight horns on the sides. Obviously they're for 1-inch plates. You can get a 2-inch plate collar to put over the 1-inch plate. It's a waste of money. I don't care. I don't need that. It's like I said in some of my other videos, I grew up in a dungeon gym. I don't need all this fancy shit. I just wanted to get out of the commercial setting because it's annoying. Very annoying in commercial setting gyms now. So if there's anything else you want to know about this thing, just let me know if I missed anything. But again, a lot of it's just when you start talking about different things, it's just whether or not it fits where you want to put it. So for example, this is the Powertec Smith machine. Oh, another quick thing. If you guys have Facebook, use Facebook Marketplace. It does get a little sketchy on there sometimes, depending on who you're getting from. Some people are just, I'm sure if you have Facebook Marketplace, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you can get a lot of good deals on Facebook Marketplace. I got this on Facebook Marketplace. This is like a $1,300 or $1,400 Smith machine through Powertec. Now, again, there's only a couple Smith machines I could buy that would fit in my floor joist. Obviously, I would love to get a side-back Smith machine. On Facebook Marketplace, you can find it for like 2 G's, but it just wouldn't fit. So like I had to get one with a piece that only had 1 bar on the top. So it was either Powertec, this one, or Valor Fitness makes one too, which is actually a little bit shorter and probably would fit better. But I found this on Facebook Marketplace from somebody who was just getting rid of it. I bought this thing for 150 bucks. 150 bucks. It was brand new. It's all messed up now from me trying to build it in here because I had to build it ass backwards and dropped it 15 times. But it was brand new. The roller system, again, I if you watch my videos, I prefer linear bearings, but this has a roller system. It's fine, it works. Obviously, I have to compromise for what I want because it's the only thing that will fit. But I went with the Powertec Smith machine, and so far so good. I love it. It barely fits. Like I said, I take the mat up from over here, and it's like, I don't know. There's like a tiny little space between the top of it and the ceiling, so it goes right up in there. But like obviously, hopefully, I don't have any issues with it. But it's been up now for a little while, probably actually I guess only like 2 weeks. The Powertec, just so we can go over like some shipping stuff, and building this was not bad. A little bit pain in the ass when it came to putting this on, and again, that's not because of Powertec, it's because my ceiling height. So everything that is in this gym, for the most part, was a pain in the ass to build because of my ceiling height. I can't get to the top of it to put the Smith machine. I can't put the rod straight in. The whole machine had to be built like sideways, backwards, and then tipped up. It was a nightmare because I couldn't. It's too tall. So, but as far as building it goes, it was pretty much easy. The instructions were super simple. It's pretty easy to build. Again, the only issue I had was putting this piece on, and it's just because my ceiling height's too low. But it's on, it's staying here, it's not going nowhere now. So it doesn't move. I don't have any issues with that. You can do dips on these things. This will support 500 pounds between the two of them. So they'll support 500 pounds, so about 250 an arm. This will support 300 pounds. The packaging was pretty good. I mean, I think the best packaged stuff I've ever bought was from Rep. That stuff is like, I mean, you buy something, it is coming, and it's going to take you a little while to unbox it, but everything is safe, nothing gets scratched. It's like really wrapped up. Like Rep is a very reputable company. I'm glad I have some stuff from Rep. It's it's expensive, but and again, but Powertec, Not bad, just not like rep. So like I would say from some of the stuff I bought brand new, all the rep stuff packaged insanely nice, will not get scratched. It's like, it takes a while to unbox it, right? Very good quality. It's just beautiful when it comes out. Powertec, you might get a couple scratches here and there, but nothing too crazy. And then I have RipFit, which I bought brand new. RipFit, the hack squat leg press, which if I have a couple plates. Sometimes I get lazy and don't want to take my shit off, but don't mind the windows. I'm getting all new windows put in this week. It's been a project down here, obviously. And instead of like obviously I painted the walls, like, you know, the basement was sealed and everything. I painted all the walls, but I didn't do new lighting yet. My wife hung up Christmas lights for Christmas. I'll show you this sweet thing real quick. If anybody watches this video, this is badass. It's kind of stupid, but it's pretty cool. Dude, I went to Marshall's. That's obviously the Powertec. It comes with the Powertec, shows you a bunch of exercises. I just hung it up. I don't need that. I've been working out for long enough. I don't need somebody to tell me how to do an exercise or what exercise to do. But this, like, gorilla lifting weights, thing was $100. Completely useless, but it sits there now next to my OG Radwares. Dope. Yeah, I don't know. Waste of money probably, but you always find stuff if you start building a home gym that you want to buy. It never ends. You'll always be spending money. But the only way you're going to use your home gym is if you keep it as close to a commercial setting. Because obviously if there's stuff at a commercial gym that you'd rather use than stuff that's in your home gym, you're just going to keep going to a commercial gym and you're going to waste your money on home gym stuff. So I haven't been to a commercial gym. Obviously, if you watch my other videos, I broke my ankle back in February. February 19th. So since that day, I haven't been to a commercial gym. Obviously, a couple months of that, I couldn't even move. But after that, I've been working out down here. I've gotten everything I have gotten done. There's still obviously more equipment that I want to buy and will buy. It's just, again, finding things that'll fit my ceiling height, convincing my wife to let me buy it, and then trying to get the best deal I can on it. So obviously, Facebook Marketplace is awesome, but I don't buy everything Facebook Marketplace. If it's something like this, I want to buy it brand new, or get it off a buddy or somebody who's had it, because I'll make sure it's built right, it wasn't destroyed, it was maintained. Because the last thing I want is to leg press something or hack squat something and then the thing fucking falls apart and breaks or whatever. So it's just things you have to be cognizant of. It's not commercial grade. It's not bad, but it's not commercial grade. This thing was like, I'd probably say like $700 or so. $800. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember the model numbers and all that stuff. This is the RipFit hack squat leg press. There's a new one out called the Gazelle or something, and it has go look it up. I don't know the specs on any of this stuff, but this has a storage capacity. I think you can load like 1,000 pounds on here or 1,200 pounds on here at a resting weight, right? So, or resting. So like if it's just sitting there, you're not moving it, you can load all this weight onto it, which is kind of dumb, right? But I think in motion, it can only support like 540. So like I'm thinking about getting the Gazelle one just because I can leg press more than 540 pounds. I'm probably sure most of you guys can do that too. The foot plates on the Gazelle one too are wider and bigger. And it's got a couple more things that make it like a little bit more sturdy. But this one so far is fine. If you're looking to get one, they didn't have that one out when I bought this one. Like I said, I paid like $700 for this, or $800. I'm not 100% sure. There's a lot of bad reviews on this that you'll see, or people talking bad about it. I love it. I get there's probably videos on my YouTube channel of me using it. Pretty much use it on every leg day. In some fashion, you could do reverse hack squats, you could do regular hack squats, you could do like a good morning type deal on here. Leg press, you could do calf raises. Again, imagination, single leg press. You gotta have your imagination. You gotta know what you're doing. Don't hurt yourself, but also like you can do way more stuff than you think you can do. The packaging on this, absolutely terrible. This thing, it was wrapped in like newspaper. It wasn't actually wrapped in newspaper, but like that's what it seemed like. And everything was banging against each other in the boxes. The packaging on this was horrible, absolutely horrible. The building of it, however, was super convenient because they have these, every hole where the screw goes, it's like basically it's like a bolt hole. So like the bolt sits in there, and all you do is tighten the nut down. And so that was super convenient. Building this with one person, which is what I did. It's obviously possible because I did it, but I don't recommend doing that. Putting the sled on here with one person and then attaching the everything to the sled, nightmare. So if you have two people, I would use two people. But the packaging on this, absolutely terrible. The machine functioning and everything, it's great. It's fine. I have no issues with this. The only issue I have with this thing is these end caps, these little silver caps over the pad here for your hands, which again, I don't care about. But if you're like, want everything pristine and perfect, there's little screws that screw into here that tighten it down to like against the black part. Every single one of those screws was gone when I put this thing together. Gone. So these just kind of hang around, and sometimes they'll slide down, but again, it doesn't affect anything on the machine. It just, that's it. That's the only bad thing about this thing, is these little screws, they're all gone. So these things will move. They've never come off or anything, but that's that. Again, I'm just gonna. I guess I'll just show you everything. Seems like we're 20 minutes into this. I didn't clean this up either. Another awesome thing you need to have is a landmine. That weight tree is from Rep Fitness. Most of the weights on there, or all the bumper plates, are Rep Fitness bumper plates. These are all Rep Fitness bumper plates. But you got to get yourself a landmine. So you got to find as much stuff that. It's all about versatility when you have your own gym, because not everybody's working with, a mansion. I know I'm not. I don't live in a mansion. So I have limited space. However, my floor space isn't necessarily the problem. I have a whole other corner of my basement, which I can still put stuff in, but I'm still doing this side. So this is the Rep PR 4000. I bought this back during COVID. I said this in my other video, but I bought this back during COVID. It was in boxes for years. I actually bought the 93-inch uprights at first, because I wanted the biggest, the baddest, the best thing. Obviously, I bought the house, can't control the height of the ceilings. Sent these back 3 years later to Rep, called Rep. They were all still in the boxes. I never took them out of the boxes because I can't know where to put it. But I called Rep, super good, awesome customer service. They sent me 80 inches. I sent my 93s back. I bought attachments for this thing because my original plan was, like I said, to just have the rack as like my centerpiece of my gym, and I was going to add all these attachments, but again, because of my ceiling height, I can't do that, right? So if you even look at how my rack's built, like the pull-up bar is all the way down here. I can do pull-ups, however, if you see, my knees almost basically hit the floor at a full dead hang. So I can still do pull-ups. Again, you just work with what you have. But the bar is supposed to be higher, but I can't because of my floor joist, right? So you just have to build stuff the way it'll fit and to the best of your ability. Same thing with the back bar, the Rep one. This could go up more, but again, I can't do that because of my ceiling height. However, it does not affect anything in the rack. It's still a cage, it's still strong, it's still sturdy, it's kind of nice because it's stuck in between these floor joists. So like even building this thing, like you have to map out, okay, this is this long, right? So my floor joist is here and here. Where can I put this thing that it's gonna actually fit and not hit another joist, right? So it's kind of like it's like Legos. You just gotta put them somewhere and hope it fits. This was this was another pain in the ass to build just because of the floor height or ceiling height, not because it's hard to build. It's just bolts. It's a square. Very simple to build. It's just my ceiling height is a pain in the ass. This is a clear coat color. I'm pretty sure you have to pay for whatever color you get. Some colors are more expensive, I think. This wasn't cheap. Again, this is the first thing I bought, and I just put it together when I bought this house. I had it in boxes for years. I have a Rep. I believe this is the Saber bar. I can't give you prices on all this stuff because I bought it so long ago, and I feel like even when I bought it, it was probably inflated because of COVID and stuff. And if you were trying to buy gym equipment during COVID, it was pretty much impossible. Everything was sold out everywhere. But this is the Rep Saber bar. Obviously, the 45-pound Olympic bar. Again, I can't tell you all the prices on this stuff. When I got this, I bought the bar, the rack. I have a attachment for your legs for the lat pull down, because again, I had attachments for this, but I sent them back and returned them because they just won't fit in here. So I have to go other avenues. VTS makes something, or Bulletproof Fitness makes the VTS system for a Smith machine that I was going to put on this rack instead of buying a Smith machine. I just happened to find that. And there's a bunch of stuff out there for home gym stuff that you can buy. A lot of innovative companies now. But I recommend you do at least watch something on somebody, just because there is a lot of stuff out there. And I can honestly tell you from personal experience, if you can afford, obviously don't go broke, but if you can afford to buy something that's a little bit more higher priced, I would do that. Just because for the most part, everything that's a little bit more expensive is better quality than the cheap shit. There's a lot of stuff you can get away with cheap shit, but there's also a lot of stuff that you don't want cheap shit. A rack. I probably wouldn't get a cheap rack. If you're big into lifting, especially if you power lift. If you power lift, I mean, you know your bars are very important. The plates don't really matter. But your bars are very important, your benches are very important, and your rack is very important. Why? Because it's a lot of fucking weight. You don't want something that's you could throw whatever weight you can on there and it's gonna be completely fine. So that's a rep rack. I bought that with all the bumper plates, the rep bench. And I have some miscellaneous stuff in here that I bought from like Facebook Marketplace. Obviously bought brand new at garage sales. I hawk Facebook Marketplace for stuff. I absolutely hawk Facebook Marketplace for stuff all the time, because you never know what you're gonna find. Like I said, when I found that Swift machine, it was like it popped up on there for 10 seconds. I saw it. I was like, dude, I'm on my way. $150 for a $1,400 Swift machine. I don't know. It's brand new. The thing's brand new. I don't know that it was ever used. He took it in on a trade for something. Needed to get rid of it was taking up too much space, so he needed the space, and $150. That was like probably the best purchase I ever made as far as deal wise. Facebook Marketplace, but you're gonna deal with some weirdos too, so just be aware of that. This is my little wall of stuff. Again, so the Powertec came with the lat pull down bar. This bar I bought separately, garage sale or whatever. I bought these, which are dumbbell hooks. They're pretty cool. I don't know, they're all right. Garage sale. I have miscellaneous plates from just whatever. Comes with the the Powertec comes with the lat pull down, the small straight bar, a chain to increase the pull system so the weight doesn't hit the back too early, so you can get a longer pull out of the cables, and a D handle. And then obviously this bar over here next to my rack, and that's the connect. If you can see that, that's the connect, the handles for like squats. Awesome. Another awesome movement on Powertec, lunges. Like even like you can separate, you do lunge, squat, lunge. I can put you guys through a great workout on the Powertec. But if you want to see any work movements on the Powertec, let me know and I can do that whole thing on its own. I'm just going through the gym right now again. This is obviously where I keep all my dumbbells. So I was actually going to pick up I have power blocks right here. Those are like brand new. I don't know that I've ever even used them, maybe once or twice. Obviously I have a full dumbbell rack, so if you need power blocks, let me know. I'll sell them to you so I can buy more gym equipment. But this is my dumbbell. This is where I put all my dumbbells. I have a mirror in here. These are the Troy Pro Style polyurethane 5 to 100 pound in 5 pound increment dumbbells. I have a Legend Fitness rack here, which only holds 10 sets of dumbbells. So I need another rack, but the problem is I don't know. I could just put it right there. I don't know. It's not that big a deal. I have all my little guys down here, 5s to 25s on the bottom. These are the 30s to 80s. I was actually going to pick up 70s today. The only pair I don't have in these dumbbells is 70s. Some guy was selling them. I went there to pick them up. I got there. He couldn't find them. He thinks he sold them. So that was kind of annoying. So I do need a pair of 70 Troy Pro Style polyurethane dumbbells. If you got one, let me know. I'll buy them. It's an OCD thing. I can't have any set of 70s. I need the same set that all the other dumbbells are. But again, another thing at Facebook Marketplace. Got these in, it'll be 4 off of 4 different people to build this dumbbell set. Right now it's only 3 different people, but when I get 70s, whoever sells me those 70s is going to be the 4th person. So I'll just lay this out there for you. I got the rack and I was supposed to be getting the 30s to the 100s, or no, 20 to the 100s from one person. Missing the but he didn't have the 25s. So I was supposed to, but other than that, he had like every pair, supposedly. So I got these. So I bought this house back in April. This is, bought this house back in April. And I started building my gym then. After time, my foot was still in a boot. I couldn't walk. I couldn't pick up dumbbells. So I had a clan of people with me to get these dumbbells. When we were all waiting at the meet spot to pick up these dumbbells, so I had people to load them in, bring them down to my basement and all that stuff, and the dude was late. Never answered me, never answered his phone. I waited an hour after we were supposed to meet. Never answered, whatever. So I sent everybody home, like, okay, you know, obviously this dude's not showing up. You know, it is what it is. So I was a little bummed because I was getting these dumbbells for like $1,700 for all those dumbbells, which is a crazy deal, right? Because 5s to 100s of these dumbbells, if you go on Troy's website, you're looking at, I would say, anywhere from, I can't remember what it was, but you're looking at probably $8,000, anywhere from 6 to 10 grand, probably $8,000-ish for just the dumbbells. So $1,700 for like most of a set of dumbbells, I was pretty pumped about. But I was pretty bummed when he didn't show up, never answered his phone or whatever. About an hour and a half goes by. It's pitch black out. It's probably 10 o'clock at night. He calls me. He's like, hey, I'm here. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck, right? So I go meet him anyway, and I get the dumbbells. But again, my foot's in a boot. I can't walk. I can't put any weight on it. I can't even drive my truck. My wife's driving my truck. I'm just sitting there. I can't do anything. So they load everything into the back of the truck. Then the next day, I go out and I make sure I got everything, because I looked when I picked them up, but I counted them and I just thought I counted wrong, and there was just a pile of dumbbells in my truck with the dumbbell rack. So I was just like, let's just get the fuck out of here. It's late. So I looked in the morning and I'm missing now. I was missing like, I don't remember, 4 or 5 or maybe 7 pairs of dumbbells, anywhere between 5 and 7 pairs of dumbbells. I'm not quite sure. So I was pissed. So I was back and forth with this guy, like, yo, dude, like, where are these dumbbells? He claims he had them, whatever, couldn't find them. And then obviously just ghosted being on Facebook Marketplace, and it never went anywhere, and it is what it is. I then ended up finding somebody who sold me basically the 5s, the 10s, the 15s, and the 25s. And I don't remember exactly what I paid for those. And then I found a guy who was selling the 95s, because I needed the pair of 95s. Found a guy selling 95s, and I got a steal on those. I got 2 95-pound dumbbells for $100. That was like a steal. So again, there are great deals on Facebook Marketplace, but you're going to do with fucking goons that just suck too, right? So you just got to be aware of that. But all in all, I think I paid about, after I get these 70s, I will probably pay about $2,200 for this entire dumbbell set, which really isn't that bad. They're all pretty much, besides like the 5s, and the 5s are a little beat up. The 15s are a little beat up. But other than that, the 95s are a little bit different. As in, like, most of them have a silver handle that is just straight handle. Those ones have like a raised grip in the middle where the knurling is, and it's black handle. But it's the same dumbbell. It's just they make 2 different kinds. So they're all pretty much brand new. So I do think I obviously got a good deal on those. But just got to be wary of what you pay, what you have, and who you're dealing with. Reviews, man. Always look up reviews. This is the AB Rep AB 3000, I believe, bench. Again, I got this when I bought my rack. This is an FID, so flat incline decline. The padding is awesome. It's Rep, right? So Reps, if you don't know who Rep is, I've never gotten Rogue stuff, but I wouldn't buy Rogue. I would always go with Rep. I've never gotten Titan Fitness stuff. Again, I wouldn't buy Titan Fitness. I have Rep. Like, Rep has definitely grown. If you're looking for adjustable dumbbells, I don't have them, but if I needed adjustable dumbbells, or I even thought about selling my dumbbell rack and getting the Rep Pepin dumbbell. Pepin obviously is the #1 adjustable dumbbell company in the world. Very durable, and it's like a dumbbell you can actually drop and not have to worry about breaking. And then Rep and Pepin teamed up and made this dumbbell. They're $1,400. It goes from 5s to 125s, I think. And so if I needed them, that's what I would buy. But I don't need them, so I'm not gonna buy them. I did think about selling all my dumbbells and getting them just to free up some space in here. So I don't know, maybe, but that's later on down the line. But this is the AB 3000 from Rep. Obviously, flat incline decline. It's a Rep bench, man. It's great. It can support the weight you need it to support. It's comfortable. They do make a 0 gap now, which I'd probably get if I was getting it now. I'd probably get a 0 gap, and I'd probably get one with, this is wider on the where you sit, and then it's wide then narrow up by your head. So it's a little different of a bench, and I was a little concerned about that when I bought it, but it's fine. It works fine, and it was more on the cheaper side than like the AB 5000 or whatever numbers they have out now. Those ones are a little bit more expensive, and like I said, the rack was a big purchase in the beginning for me, so I didn't want to spend too much money, but I didn't want to buy a shitty bench either, so I got this one. Obviously, I have here all my trophies, my pro card, my swords for awards, a couple medals, different bodybuilding trophies. I'm going on, well, technically I'm on prep now again, but I just started it, so I probably am not competing until April, so I have about 5 months to go, so I'm not really too worried about having a snack. Yes, but that's pretty much it, man. That's my gym. I know I kind of went over everything again. This is kind of long. It's 42 minutes long, but that's pretty much everything I have for now. If I know the main question was about the Powertec thing, I don't know what else to really explain about it other than I would buy it. If you're looking to buy something for your gym, or you're trying to build a home gym and you love hammer strength machines like I did, or you like the pressing machines, like you could do shoulder press on that thing. It's like a hammer strength shoulder press. You can do incline press. You can do decline press. You can do flat press. You can separate the arms and do ISO at the same time, or you could just do them at the same time with the bar separated like a hammer strength machine. The versatility on the Powertec Levergym is awesome. The way the bench moves back and forth, so you can always get under it and get it's pretty much fit to anybody, right? You can fit it to anybody. If you need the bench to go back more, you can move the bench back more. Like the whole actual bench will slide back, not just the back pad going like this. The whole bench itself will move back and forth. The pulley system, it's very smooth. And like I said, the each arm on the Powertec can support 250 pounds. So together with the bar in it, you're looking at 500 pounds it can support. So even squatting 500 pounds on that thing is not easy. I think that's plenty. That's fine. The pulley system, again, can support 300 pounds. Again, that's what's recommended and what's, I'm assuming what they'll fix. But let's be real. You put 400 pounds on that bitch, it's going to be fine. But yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, you can use the arms, you can separate the arms, you could do rows, you could keep the arms together, you could do rows, you could do all kinds of stuff. There's a dude on Instagram, or on, not Instagram, on YouTube. He like basically only has Powertec stuff. I can't remember his name. It's like, I don't know. Search Powertec, you'll see him. He's got 1 million Powertec videos on there. I did watch a lot of his. And like I said, I compete, man. I compete in bodybuilding. I mean, I'm natural. I don't take gear, so I compete naturally. But I can do everything that I need to do in my gym. Not just with the Powertec, but I mean like in my gym. So like if you're trying to build a home gym, you need to make it so you can do everything that you would do at a commercial gym. All my cardio stuff's upstairs besides my bikes down here. I would like to buy a Stairmaster, but again, stuff is expensive. And it's not even about the money for some stuff. It's just convincing my wife to let me buy it without her getting pissed at me for buying it. So that's like the project, is just to get a Stairmaster and other stuff. But you have to make it as close as you can and are able to a commercial gym to actually use your gym. If you make it, if it's not, you know, if obviously commercial gyms have a bunch of stuff. If you can't get like 80% of that, you're not going to use your gym, right? You have to spend the money, build a good gym. And obviously you're going to be missing stuff, but you got to get stuff that's versatile. Like, the Powertec is dope. The Powertec is dope. The amount of shit you can do on that thing, and even more than what the poster says you can do. If you know what you're doing, if you've been working out for a while, if you're creative, if you can, the amount of stuff you can do is unbelievable. So if you are looking to get one, I mean, I've already convinced a few of my buddies who built their own gym now. It's like ever since I built my home gym, everybody wants their own fucking gym now. So I've probably had 6 people buy this thing. It's awesome. I mean, you can use it for everything. So I was kind of the guinea pig with it. I just bought it because I wanted it, and I liked the aspect of, like, it looked like a hammer strength machine and the pressing movement. So I was like, let me just pull the trigger and buy this thing, and I did, and it was the best thing I've done is buying that thing. So hopefully this helps you out a little bit. If you want to see any more of this stuff, or you want an even more in-depth review about the other stuff, just let me know. I should probably do each thing by itself, but I don't have that much time to come down here and just talk about gym equipment all day. So if you want to see anything else, or you want an in-depth review, or actually have me pull up all the specs on everything, the heights, the widths and all that stuff, and what the measurements are for everything, I can. But if you need advice on what you want to buy, just shoot me a comment or shoot me a message. I don't know if my Instagram is Bob the Bike Cop. You can always DM me on there. It's private, so just send me a request or whatever. Or my name of my gym is Stash House Gym. I made an Instagram for that, so you can DM me on there. It's not private. Either way, I'll get it. Or if there's a way to do it on YouTube, I actually don't know. I'm not big with the social media stuff really. So, but Bob the Bike Cop or Stash House Gym on Instagram. Obviously, Bobby Big Guns on YouTube. And make sure you subscribe and comment if you want to see anything, want anything else, or notice something and I didn't talk about it. But just let me know. If you need any kind of advice on what to build, or if you need help with your workouts, whatever the case is, just let me know. And I can try to help you with getting your home gym built up, getting you some reviews on stuff, putting together a training plan for you, whatever you want, I can do. I just don't have that much time to do shit. So, I make these videos rarely. I was posting a lot more on YouTube, but then I don't know, kind of fell off and just like hit my workouts without recording everything. So, but if you want to see something, let me know and I'll post it for you. I hope that answered some of the questions about the Powertec Levergym. I know I was getting a lot about it, and I'm sure I'll continue to get more about it. But if you want, like I said, if you want anything else, just comment and I'll try to get it to you when I can, the best way that I can. If I have to do some more research to look up stuff I already own, I will. Again, I don't feel like doing that. I have other shit to do. I don't know, but I can do that. So if you want any more information, just let me know. But this turned out to way longer than I thought it would be, but thanks for watching.